The store layout forces you to walk more. Think about the last time you ran into a grocery store for milk. Where was it? All the way in the back corner. Always. Milk, eggs, bread. The essentials that bring you in the door are never near the entrance. This isn't an accident, it's strategy. The farther you walk, the more products you pass. And the more products you pass, the more opportunities the store has to trigger impulse purchases. Even if you came in for one item, the layout forces you past hundreds of temptations. Research shows that for every additional minute you spend in a store, you spend an average of $1.42 more. More exposure equals more spending, every single time. But here's what makes it worse. The path isn't just long, it's intentionally confusing. Ever notice how stores rearrange sections every few months? That's deliberate. When you can't find what you need quickly, you wander, you search, you browse. And while you're looking for the pasta sauce, you're passing chips, cookies, frozen pizzas, and a dozen other things you didn't come for. The store just turned your quick trip into a shopping expedition, but it starts just as you enter. The entrance? Decompression zone. Pay attention next time you walk into a grocery store. The first 15 feet inside are usually empty. Maybe some flowers, maybe a few seasonal displays, but mostly just space. This is called the decompression zone, and it's one of the most important design elements in the entire store. Here's why it exists. When you first walk in from the parking lot, your brain is still in outside mode. You're thinking about traffic, your phone, the weather, anything but shopping. The decompression zone gives your brain time to transition, to reset. It slows you down. It lets you adjust to the lighting, the temperature, the music. And once you relax and shift into shopping mode, you become far more receptive to the displays, promotions, and products deeper inside the store. It's a psychological reset button. And the moment you cross that threshold and slow your pace, the store has you. Retailers know that a relaxed shopper is a spending shopper. That empty space at the entrance isn't wasted. It's an investment in your wallet. Once you are inside, here is what happens next. The fresh produce placement. Here's something you probably never questioned. Why do most grocery stores put the produce section right at the entrance? You'd think they'd want to start you off with packaged goods, stuff that's easier to grab, longer lasting, more profitable. But no, it's almost always fruits and vegetables first. Why? Because fresh produce is colorful, vibrant, and healthy. Seeing bright greens, deep reds, and fresh oranges makes you feel good. It creates a subconscious association. I'm shopping at a place that values freshness and quality. That positive feeling primes you to spend more throughout the rest of your trip. It's called the halo effect. When you start your shopping experience with something healthy and virtuous, you're more likely to justify indulgent purchases later. I bought spinach and apple, so it's fine if I grab cookies and ice cream. The store literally uses your good intentions against you. Now you are heading towards the good stuff. Eye-level shelf placement. When you're walking down an aisle, where do your eyes naturally go? Straight ahead. Eye level. And grocery stores know this better than anyone. The products placed at eye level aren't there by accident. They're the most profitable items in the category. Name brands, premium products, high-margin goods. The cheaper options, the store brands, the generic alternatives, they're on the bottom shelf or the top shelf, anywhere that requires you to bend down or reach up. Studies show that eye-level products outsell bottom-shelf items by 35% or more. Why? Because your brain follows the path of least resistance. You see what's easy to see. You grab what's easy to grab. And stores monetize that instinct ruthlessly. In fact, brands pay grocery stores thousands of dollars per foot for premium shelf placement because they know it works. So next time you're shopping, do this. Look up, look down. The best deals are almost never at eye level. And are they really deals? The power of end caps and fake sales. Those big displays at the end of every aisle, like the store is doing you a favor by putting popular items on clearance? Wrong. Those end cap displays are premium advertising real estate. Brands pay tens of thousands of dollars to appear there, not because the products are discounted, but because the placement screams importance. End caps interrupt your path. They demand attention. Your brain sees it and thinks, this must be a deal. Why else would it be here? But here's the kicker. Research shows that end cap products sell up to 400% more than the same item sitting on a regular shelf. Not because they're better, not because they're cheaper, just because of where they're sitting. Position creates perceived value. And even if the sign says sale or special offer, retailers use what is called anchor pricing. They show you a higher original price next to a lower sale price, even when the product never actually sold for that higher amount. Or they run a promotion like 10 for $10, which sounds like a deal until you realize each item is $1 anyway, and you don't actually have to buy 10. This framing tricks your brain into thinking you're saving money. And once you believe you're getting a deal, you're far more likely to buy. The perception of value is more powerful than actual value. And once you know this, you'll start seeing end caps everywhere, and you'll realize most sales aren't deals at all. So take a look in your shopping cart, if you can see to the bottom. Shopping carts encourage overbuying. Have you noticed that shopping carts keep getting bigger? It's not your imagination. Over the past 30 years, the average shopping cart has increased in size by nearly 50%. Why? Because a half-empty cart triggers something uncomfortable in your brain. It feels incomplete, like you haven't done enough, like you're forgetting something. And people naturally fill available space. Studies show that shoppers who use larger carts spend 19% more than those who use smaller carts, even when they came in with the exact same shopping list. The bigger the cart, the more you buy, often without even realizing it. It's the same reason why people eat more food off larger plates. Your perception of enough is shaped by the container in front of you. So here's a pro tip. If you're just running in for a few items, skip the cart entirely. Grab a basket, or just carry what you came for. The moment you feel the weight of what you're holding, your brain becomes way more selective about adding extra items. Physical limitation creates financial discipline. But can you make it out the door with only what you are holding? Check out impulse traps. You made it. You're almost done. You're standing in the checkout line, waiting your turn, and then you see it. Candy bars, gum, energy drinks, magazines, mini gadgets, all within arm's reach. This isn't random clutter. This is the impulse zone, and it's one of the most profitable sections of the entire store. Why? Because by the time you reach checkout, your brain is exhausted. You've been making hundreds of micro decisions for the past 20 minutes. What to buy, what to skip, which brand to choose. That decision fatigue lowers your mental resistance. And waiting in line makes it worse. When you're bored, standing still, staring at a rack of snacks, your brain craves stimulation. So you grab something, just a little treat, just a cheap add-on. But those little purchases add up. In fact, checkout lane impulse buys account for billions of dollars in revenue every year. The store knows you're tired, and they use that against you one last time before you leave. So here's the truth. None of these tricks force you to spend money, but together they shape your environment in ways that quietly influence your behavior. Grocery stores are carefully designed systems built to maximize spending. Here is what you can do about it. 1. Make a list before you go and stick to it. Don't deviate. 2. Use a basket instead of a cart for quick trips. Physical weight limits impulse buys. 3. Look up and down on shelves, not just straight ahead. The best deals are rarely at eye level. You don't have to be a victim of store psychology, but you do have to be aware of it. Because the moment you stop paying attention, that's when the store wins. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep dives into psychology, culture, and the hidden patterns shaping how we live.